Good day, everyone. At this moment, we tackled about Lesson 1, Environmental Factors Affecting Plant Growth and Yield. So, in order to grow farm crops of the highest quality and to obtain good harvest, and understanding of the different environmental factors affect plant growth and yield is essential. These factors affect plant growth and yield. These factors affect directly or indirectly the plant's psychological process, structures, development, and propagation. The natural habitat of a given crop is a combination of environmental factors favorable to its complete development. These include the physical and chemical properties of the soil, air, light, rainfall, temperature, gravity, as well as the other plants and animals. So, if you are a farmer or isa ka sa mga magsasaka, di lang kailangan natin, dapat titingnan din natin yung klima sa ating lugar kung saan tayo nabilong. Hindi lang porket may lupa ka dito, magtatanim ka na ng ganito, ganyan. Dapat ibagay mo din kung compatible ba yung halaman na doon sa lupa na yung pagtataniman. Like for example, dito sa Jensan. So, dito sa Jensan, porket may lupa ka, kailangan magtatanim ka na ng apple, oranges, strawberries, na kung saan nabubuhay lamang sa mga malalamig na area. So, dapat, di ka lang porket may lupa ka, magtatanim ka na ng ganito, ganyan. So, dapat ibagay mo din sa lupa. At maliban sa lupa, dapat iano mo din sa klima kung anong meron tayo dito. So, yung una-una talaga is soil. So, the characteristics of the soil to be considered in farm crop production. So, first is, must not excess water that will obstruct air from the roots. So, dapat yung lupa na iyong pagtataniman ay hindi lamang porket lupa siya, magtatanim ka na dyan. Dapat hindi siya watery. Dapat balance lang siya yung para makapasok yung hangin sa roots niya. And then next is, should not be too compact to give the plant a firm encourage. So, dapat hindi yung lupa na masyadong siksik. Dapat yung balanse lang, yung hindi siya maluwag, hindi naman siya masiksik. Para, halimbawa, kung tayo yung nandoon sa kalagayan ng halaman na nandoon, di ba masisikipan tayo, nahihirapan tayong huminga. Kasi nga, yung halaman is parang tao lang din yon. So, we are so lucky that tayo, ma-express natin yung feelings natin, ma-express natin kung ano yung na nararamdaman natin, di ba? So, ang halaman, namamatay lang yan sila. Namamatay sila nang hindi natin alam kung anong nangyari. So, halimbawa, ikaw yung nasa posisyon ng halaman na masyadong masiksik yung lupa, masyadong masikip. So, para lang din sa atin, kung merong bagay na nakapatong sa atin na mabibigat, syempre, nahihirapan tayo huminga. So, para lang din yung halaman. So, dapat balanse lang, yung hindi masyadong maluwag, hindi naman masyadong masiksik. So, next is, must contain a good amount of organic matter. And most plants grow best when the soil is neutral or slightly alkaline. So, dapat, yung lupa is nagbibigay, ay di lang masustansya yung lupa na yun, dapat balanse lang, hindi siya, kumbaga, kasi nga, minsan, nakakasama na yung masyadong nutrients yung isang lupa. Dapat, katamtaman lang, hindi naman masyadong nutrients, hindi naman masyadong, kumbaga, alkaline. So, next is, kinds of soil. So, the first one is the loam soil. Next is sandy soil. The third one is clay soil. And the fourth one, or the last one, is silt soil. So, first, we talked about the loam soil. So, a loam soil contains a nice balance of silt, sand, and clay, along with humus, the factors that make this soil type so desirable and good for growing plants include the higher pH level and the higher calcium level, and the last one is the gritty texture. So, ang loam soil is balanse siya ng silt, sand, and clay. So, later on, we tackle the silt, sand, and the clay. So, ang loam soil, ito siyang klase na lupa ay, ano siya, medyo balanse siya ng silt, sand, and clay. So, yung according to my research, this kind of soil is maraming nabubuhay dito na halaman. Dahil nga, kombinasyon siya. Kumbaga, lahat na ng uri ng lupa is nasa sa kanya na. And the higher pH level is the best for most plants is between 6.0 and 7.0. So, the level affects a plant's ability to grow. This range acidity allows good plant nutrients to thrive as well as other soil organisms such as earthworms. So, ang loam soil is, ito siya na lupa is, meron siyang, kumbaga nagbibigay siya ng nutrients which is yung mga earthworms na kung saan nakikita natin sa ating mga pananim minsan. And then, ang range ng isang halaman kung siya ay tutubo, ito ay nasa kalagitnaan ng 6.0 and 7.0 range. So, next is the higher calcium level. So, higher calcium level, plants need calcium for healthy growth. So, kung tayo na tao nangangailangan ng vitamina sa ating katawan, so, ang halaman din nangangailangan ng vitamina for their para sa magandang ani, para sa magandang tubo nila. And then, calcium helps maintain the balance of soil chemicals. So, ang higher calcium level, ito siya yung nagbabalanse ng yung protina ay yung nutrients na binibigay sa kanila. Di ba tayo na magsasaka, nagbibigay tayo if I cannot mistaken, every month ng abono para sa tinatawag na good harvest. And then gritty texture. So gritty texture is the soil dry, soft, but gritty to the touch and crumbles easily to provide excellent draining properties. The soil texture also retains water and plant nutrients. This benefits the plants with consistent moisture and food. Since the soil is crumbly, the air flows easily the way to the roots. So, ang gritty texture, siya yung kumbaga nagbibigay daan para makapasok yung nutrients na binibigay natin sa halaman, yung hangin na need nila. So, sa pamamagitan ng gritty texture, mapaabot yung doon sa roots, yung mga binibigay natin sa kanila. The next one is the next one is the sandy soil. So, sand is the largest particle in soil and does not hold nutrients well. The following plants are well adapted sandy soil. So, from the word sand, So, yung sandy soil is kundi mabalas, buhangin talaga siya na lupa. And meron tayong mga halaman na na-adapt na into a sandy soil. And that is the blanket flower, Adam's needle, wormwood, and butterfly weed. So next is the clay soil. So, clay soil with a large amount of clay are heavy and do not drain well. The following plants are well adapted to clay soil. So, ang clay soil, ito yun siyang clay. So, siguro, lahat naman siguro tayo nakakaano na ng clay, nakaka-experience na kung ano yung clay. So, ang clay soil, so, medyo mabigat siya na lupa. Kumbaga, parang di siya natutuyo. Kumbaga, umulan man o umaraw, ganun talaga yung texture niya. So, meron tayong mga halaman na kung saan na paano na sa clay soil. And that is the bee balm, black-eyed Susan, and the golden rod. So, this wildflower is adaptable to most soil types, including clay. So, yun ang golden rod. And the next is the silt soil, or the last kind of soil. So, silt soil is powdery with high fertility. Unfortunately, soil that are high in silt can become waterlogged very easily. The following plants are well adapted to salty soil. So, ang salty soil is kung sa atin dito medyo ano siya, yung pulverized siya na klase ng lupa. So, meron ding mga halaman na napa-adapt na doon sa silt soil, and that is the swamp milkweed. This plant thrives in wet soil. Next is the yellow iris. This an adaptable plant. It's great for landscaping around garden, pond, or stream. So next is the Japanese iris. This flower loves water, so plant it around a garden water feature or other wet area. So next, so there we go with the sunlight. So the sun is the main source of energy for almost every living things on earth. So hindi lang tayo yung nangangailangan ng araw, hindi lang yung mga halaman yung nangangailangan ng araw, kundi halos tayong lahat dito sa mundo, we need the sunlight. So we all know that the sunlight gives us a energy. So, and the leaves of a plant are very important organelles called chloroplast. So, ano ba yung chloroplast na tinatawag nila? So, ang chloroplast is a plastid that contains a chlorophyll in which photosynthesis takes place. So, within the chloroplast are specialized pigment molecules called chlorophyll. So, yung chlorophyll na tinatawag nila is yun yung, diba sa isang halaman may dahon. And then, bawat tawag nito yung texture ng halaman, yung something point, yun yung tinatawag nila na chlorophyll. So, can absorb light and turn it into chemical energy. So, yun siya yung nag-a-absorb ng light. And then, magiging chemical energy. So, since the sun gives off a mix, mostly red and blue light, the same are the colors that chlorophyll absorb best. On the other hand, green light is reflectively by the chlorophyll, which is the most plants have green leaves. So, yung green light, so, siya yung, kumbaga, nag-represent na energy, no? Nagbibigay doon sa chlorophyll. So, the energy captured by chlorophyll, so, yun nga, yung chlorophyll yung nag-a-absorb noon at magiging yung chemical energy. So, plants absorb light and store energy from it. They tend to absorb red and blue light, but they do not absorb green light. Green light bounces back off the leaves. That is part of why we perceive plants as green. So, inside of the plant's leaves are organelles known as the chloroplast. So, chloroplasts have part called thylakoids. The thylakoids stack up inside chloroplast like how you would stack plates. Chloroplasts are also contain a chlorophyll. The two main types of chlorophyll are chlorophyll A and the B. They are pigments that absorb specific wavelengths of light. Chlorophyll A can absorb blue, violet, red, and orange light. And chlorophyll B must absorb blue light. So, ang chlorophyll is, of course, may dalawa siyang yun ang chlorophyll A and B. So, si chlorophyll A, nag-a-absorb siya ng color blue, violet, red, and orange. While si chlorophyll B naman is the blue light. So, dito na tayo sa temperature. So, high temperature affect plant growth in numerous ways. So, yun nga yung nasasabi ko kanina, hindi lang porket may lupa ka, may pagtataniman ka, dapat ibabagay mo rin yung uri ng halaman sa ating temperatura, sa ating klima dito. O, dito sa Jensan, alangan naman magtatanim tayo dito ng apple, ng strawberries, kung saan nabubuhay lamang sa mga malalamig na area. So, dapat, yung itatanim natin dito is nababagay lang dito sa ating temperatura. So, ano bang most probably na mga halaman na meron tayo dito, di ba? Mga niyog, mga saging, mga prutas, na kung saan capable siya sa ating temperatura. Hindi lang tayo dapat nagbabase sa lupa. Dapat sa temperatura din. And the next one is the rainfall. The amount of rainfall is sufficient to cover the water needs of the various crops. Excess water may cause problems for plant growth, and this drainage is required to subhumid and semi-arid climates between 400 and 120 millimeter of rain per year. So, ang rainfall, so, dapat, of course, yung halaman is nangangailangan ng tubig. So, dapat hindi porket sobra-sobra na yung tubig, dapat nakabalanse lang kung ano yung pangangailangan ng halaman. Halimbawa, yung halaman nangangailangan ng isang container lamang ng tubig. So, yung rainfall nagbibigay ng halos sobrang sa 10 container ng tubig. So, nakakasama na yun sa halaman. Dapat balanse lang. Kumbaga, hindi hindi sobra, hindi kulang, kundi tama lang. And then the irrigation. So, water makes up to 80 to 95 of herbaceous plants issue 2% of woody plant tissue, according to Clemson University. This water is lost through transpiration, a form of evaporation. So, throughout the day, and must be replenished. Several factors such as heat, the sun, and the type of plant determines the transpiration rate and the amount of water. So, irrigation. So, halimbawa na yung mga pananim natin is nangangailangan talaga ng tubig. So, like, yung mga sa palayan. So, yung palayan, of course, nangangailangan ng tubig. So, halimbawa, naubusan o hindi naman sa naubusan, kumbaga, nagkulang yung tubig sa irrigation. So, of course, nakaka-affect yun siya sa pananim natin palay. So, like for example, sa amin. So, minsan, kasi hindi lang kami yung, kumbaga, nagmamay-ari ng tubig. Marami eh. Kumbaga, it's a group of people na may mga pananim din na mga palayan. So, minsan, hindi naman sa nagkakaubusan, kulang yung tubig. So, minsan, naaapektuhan talaga yung mga pananim namin na palay. So, next is nutrients. So, nutrients is a rainwater freeze nutrients and minerals in the soil the plant needs to survive, as the soil absorbs rainwater if forms around soil particles, according to Bellevue College. So, ang nutrients, so, ito yun siya nagbibigay, of course, nutrients siya sa isang halaman. So, hindi lang bigay tayo ng halimbawa ng abono o ano pang mga klaseng chemicals sa ating halaman. Dapat ibagay din natin, halimbawa, nagbigay tayo ng yung masyadong sa halaman. Di dapat porket halaman siya, bigyan mo na siya ng ganitong abono, ng ganitong nutrients. So, dapat ibagay lang din natin. So, kasi meron din mga halaman na, kumbaga, although needed nila yung nutrients, but di gaano noon kadami. So, dapat ibagay natin, kumbaga, iano talaga natin kung saan siya capable. And then next is the acid rain. So, acid rain is a common after volcanic eruptions, or when excessive amounts of sulfur dioxide or nitrogen oxides are released into the air from fossil fuel combustion, according to the U.S. So, Environmental Protection Agency. These gases merge with water and oxygen in the atmosphere to the form of acidic compound. When this compound falls in the form of rainwater, the soil absorb it. The acidic nature of this water, this rainwater dissolves and removes the nutrients in the soil. So, ang acid rain, so nakukuha ito yung acid rain sa mga sa volcanic eruption. So, halimbawa, naging ito siya is soil from volcanic eruption. So, halimbawa, na-absorb na siya sa air, sa water, and then magiging baga, babalik na naman siya ulit sa lupa through sa rain. So, ito yun siyang, kumbaga, inaalis niya yung mga nutrients na kung saan nandoon sa isang lupa. So, ito siya yung mga ano tawag nito, mga kadahilanan, kumbaga, yung needed natin sa isang halaman. So, ito yung mga ano tawag nito, mga kadahilanan kung bakit hindi malusog yung ating mga halaman, hindi tayo makapag-produce ng good harvest. So, next is the gravity plants. So, gravity plants respond directed to Earth's gravitational attraction and also to light. So, roots grow downward or towards the center of Earth and away from light. These responses to external stimuli are called tropism. Plants' growth response to gravity is known as the gravitational response to light to photoprism. So, sa halaman pala, meron din pala yung gravity plants. So, kumbaga, sa gravity nakasalalay sa kanila yung kung ano yung form o kung ano yung takbo ng roots, kung saan siya, kung onwards ba siya, kung towards ba siya, nakasalalay pala dito siya sa gravity plants. And then the animals and other plants factors. So, also affected the growth rate and yield of farm crops. Leaf-eating insects such as leaf shoppers, grasshoppers, and potato beetles injure the plant by destroying the leaves, which are the food-making apparatus of the plant. So, animals and other plants factors. So, ang animals is isa din siya sa mga factors na kung saan di makakapag-produce ng good harvest. It's because through animals, through insects, yung mga halaman natin is nasisira. Minsan, sa amin, doon sa probinsya, may time talaga na yung mga insects, yung mga animals, kumbaga nag-a-attack sila sa aming palay, sa aming mga pananim, sa saging, or any kinds of plants. May panahon talaga na yung mga insects is nag-a-attack sila. So like sa palayan, sa palay namin, so minsan may mga black bugs. So, yun ay isa sa mga factors na kung saan di kami makakapag-produce ng magandang ani. Minsan, yung expected namin na ani is 20 sacks, 25 sacks. So, because of insects, because of black bugs, so nagiging 50 na lang, minsan nga nagiging 10 na lang dahil nga sa mga insects. So, ito yun siya yung mga factors na mga ito yung mga factors na hindi tayo makakapag-produce ng good harvest. So, any clarifications, questions regarding my topic or my report? So, kung wala, let's proceed to the next reporter. Thank you.